In this tutorial, I will share VBA code for data cleaning with some real-time examples. So let's see what all examples I will cover. We will see Excel VBA code for working with blank cells, removing extra spaces from data, changing text to lowercase, uppercase or proper case, removing duplicates from data, merging columns, or we can say if we have data in more than one columns, then how we can add text values. Then split columns, and finally removing formatting or any existing formatting whenever we get data from any other source than Excel or even from Excel. We know that Excel is used at very large scale in industry for reporting, data analysis and dashboards, and before creating reports or analysis we expect that data should be in right structure and data should be cleaned, and that's where data cleaning comes in. So I would share VBA code to automate data cleaning with real-time examples. I'm hoping using these VBA examples you can save a lot of time by automating certain regular activities in Excel. So let me show you what we would be able to achieve or what code we will be using for these examples. So let's get started. First of all, we will look at all examples. Then I will write VBA code for each example. So example 1 is working with blank cells. Here we can see some data is there, and in this data we have blank cells also. So let me click on this command button. We can see that all blank cells are highlighted and some text value I have written through VBA code. Second example is removing extra spaces. So in this data there are different types of spaces: leading space, trailing space. Certain spaces we cannot look until we check each cell. So once I click on this command button, all spaces are removed and data looks cleaner. Third example, changing text values. So as of now data is in lowercase. Once I click on this command button, data is changed into proper case. Fourth example is if we have any data, I want to remove data that is duplicate. So I'll click here and all duplicate values are removed. Next example or example 5 is for merging columns. I have data in two columns. I want merged column, like column first has month names, then underscore. Column B or second column has 1, 2 or 3. So separator I want underscore. So let's see how it will work. Let me click on this command button. We can see that we have merged column. Next example is split column. So output of previous example I have taken here. I want to separate data by considering this separator. So let me click on this command button. We can see that we have data that has been split in two columns. Last example is removing any existing formatting. So we can see that here in this data there are some cells that are colored bold. In some cells we have value as italic. So different kinds of formatting is already there. I want to remove all formatting in just one go. So I'll click here in this command button. We can see that formatting is removed. So these are the examples. We will see code one by one for each example. So first of all, let's see what is the VBA code for working with blank cells. Let me go to developer tab, click on design mode. Now I'll double click on this command button. Let me delete this existing code and write the code again. So what I'll do, dim my cell as range. I am declaring range type of variable, name as my cell, and then dim my range as range, and third line is set my range equal to worksheets within brackets. I need to give name of sheet. So let me go to Excel sheet. We have name as blank cells. So sheet name is blank cells within inverted commas. Sheet name dot range. So we have data from C3 to H11 dot range within inverted commas C3 to H11, and then I'll use one for loop for each my cell in my range. Closing statement of for loop. Next my cell. So within for loop, if my cell dot value is equal to, I'm using inverted commas to identify blank cells, then what should happen? My cell dot interior dot color index equal to 4. 4 is for green. We can give any other number for different colors, and then I want to write blank cell in each blank cell. So my cell dot value equal to blank cell, and then closing statement of if, which is and if. So this is the simple VBA code that will identify blank cells in a specific range. If any cell is blank, then color that cell and write text value as blank cell. So let's see if this code is working. So let me go to Excel sheet. Let me delete existing values in blank cell. Let me remove color as well. And now I want to come out of design mode. So one more time, I'll click on design mode and let me click on this command button. There is some error. So we have a typo mistake, my cell dot value. Now when I click on this command button, we can see that all blank cells are highlighted with green color and text value is also there as blank cell. So this is the first example. Let me show the code again. You can pause here to understand this code, write it down and practice it. So let me move on to next example, that is for removing extra spaces. So I have data in this range from B2 to E10. Here we have different kind of spaces. So each cell has spaces in it. It may be prior to text value, or it could be in between two words, leading or trailing space. So let me click on design mode, and then I'll double click on this command button. Let me delete this code and write it again. So code is almost same, just with some difference. So let me write dim my cell as range, dim my range as range, and then set my range equal to worksheets. Now we know that we need to give sheet name here. So I'll go to sheet, and sheet name is extra space. I'll copy directly from here. Within inverted commas, dot range data we have from B2 to E10, and then again I'll use for loop for each my cell in my range, and then next my cell. Now what I want to do is I will use trim function. This is a default function also. So my cell dot value equal to application dot worksheet function dot trim, and within brackets my cell dot value. So what is happening here? Loop is running for each cell and using trim function for each cell. So let me minimize this VBA editor and go to Excel sheet. Click on design mode. Once I click on this command button, we can see that all the values are trimmed and all the extra spaces are deleted. So let me show the code again. So let me move on to third example. So third example is for changing text to lower, upper or proper case. Right now we have all the values in lowercase. Range is B3 to D10. So let me click on design mode, then I'll click on this command button, double click here and delete all the existing code, and then let me write the code from starting. Dim my cell as range, dim my range as range, set my range equal to worksheets, and here in inverted commas within bracket I'll give sheet name. So let me copy from sheet name itself, paste it here. Dot range data is from B3 to D10, so B10, and then again I'll use the same loop for each my cell in my range. Once we hit enter, if our code is correct, formatting will be done automatically. So this is also one way of testing our code, whether we are writing correctly or incorrectly. Here next my cell, and then first I'll use my cell dot value equal to u case, and within brackets my cell dot value. So if I stop writing code here, what will happen? All the data in this range will be converted into uppercase. So first let's test it. Let me click on design mode, click on this command button. Okay, so we have just written B3 to B10. However, we need to write till D10. So I've corrected here. So let me click on this command button again. We can see that data in this range is converted into uppercase. In the same way, if I select L here, L case, then data will be converted into lowercase. You can practice lowercase as well. Now, third, I want to convert data into proper case. For that, we have a little bit different code. So let me make this line as comment. So I've added just one comma before the syntax. So now this code will not be executed. It has become comments. So to convert data into proper case, what I will write, mycell.value equal to, there is function called string convert function, strconv, and within brackets mycell.value comma vb proper case. So just for proper case I am using it. However, we can use this function for different other cases as well. So let me go to Excel sheet, click on the command button. We can see that data from B3 to D10 is converted into proper case. So we have covered so far 3 example. So let me move to fourth example, which is remove duplicates. So I have data here in column B. This data is not in a sorted way. That means we have valued 3 times A here in second row, column B, also here in ninth row. So logic is first selecting this column, then sorting this data, and then identify the last filled row, and then if active cell or the cell is equal to the previous row cell, then delete one row and moving towards upside. So that is the logic I have used here. So let me go to developer tab, click on design mode, double click on this command button. So this is the code that I have used here. So I will not waste much time here. So I'll just explain this code, what this is doing. So first I am selecting data, and instead of selection, let me select only range from B to B. That means only column B. And then for sorting data, I am used with active workbook dot worksheets. Sheet name is remove duplicates dot sort. Then end with Here dot set range, then entire column, dot header equal to Excel yes, dot match case equal to false, dot orientation equal to Excel top to bottom, dot apply. And here I am closing the with statement. So this is the code we can use for sorting data. In case you find any challenge here, you can record this part of code so that there is no spelling mistake and use in your automation. And then this line, last row equal to worksheets remove duplicates dot says rows dot count. I have data in column B, so B means 2, that means second column, dot and in brackets XL up dot row. What this row is doing, it is identifying last filled row basis on second column or column B, and then follow for I equal to last row to 2 step by -1, and then if condition, if worksheets within brackets sheet name dot says I comma 2, that means for row I'm using looping variable which is I here in this case, comma 2 column B dot value equal to worksheets remove duplicates dot says I -1, that means if cell value is equal to cell value of previous row in same column, then what should happen, removing entire row, shifting cells up, selection dot delete space shift equal to Excel up, and then closing for if statement and within for loop. Once task is done, then selecting A1 cell, worksheets remove duplicates dot cells 1 comma 1, that means row number 1 column 1, that means A1 dot select. So let me go to sheet, click on design mode, click on this command button. We can see that data is removed whenever it was duplicate, and we have just unique values here. So let me show this code again. You can make note here. Let me go to Excel sheet and move to next example. Next example is very interesting. Let me delete these values here. So here what I want to merge column A and column B, and separator I want to add these two values. How? Month name and underscore and value in second column. So let me click on design mode and double click on this command button. So this code is also very simple, but let me delete this and explain or write this code again. So first of all, what I'll do, I will just declare dim A as string, dim B as a string. So what I have done here, I have just declared 3 string type variables for column A, column B and column C, and then one variable for separator I will give name also as separator, dim separator as string. Here I will assign separator equal to, within inverted comma I will write underscore. We can give any separator like hyphen or like at the rate, or any separator that we need, even a space. And then a equal to cells. So first, before assigning this, I want to achieve this for all the rows that are failed. For I equal to 2, 2. So let me see how many rows we have. So I have data till row number 13, starting from row number 2. So for I equal to 2 to 13, and then next, and here within for loop, a equal to cells I comma 1 dot value, b equal to cells I comma 2 dot value, and then cells I comma 3 dot value equal to c. And c is what? C equal to a space sign of and or ampersand space separator, which already has underscore value we have assigned in previous line, space ampersand space b. Let me delete some extra lines. Once this is done, outside next, cells 1 comma 1, that means a1 dot select. So you can write or note this code, practice it. And I have just added 2 columns, but it is not limited only up to 2 columns. We can merge more than 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever columns we need to concatenate or add or merge. So I'll go to Excel sheet. Let me delete existing value here. Click on design mode so that we are out of design mode. Now I'll click on this command button. We can see that both columns are merged. Now I'll move to next example, which is for split columns. Let me delete these existing values and this data I'll keep here. So I want to split or separate values basis on separator. Separator is already underscore, or even in your data if you have any other separator, we can use same logic and same code with little bit of modifications. So let me click on design mode, double click on this command button. Let me delete the existing code. This code is little bit interesting. So I'll write here dim split string as a string. So name of variable I am using here is a split string and type is a string, and then I will use one array type of variable where I want to store only string values. Dim my array brackets as a string, and then let me check how much data I have. Data is from row number 2 to row number 10. So I'll use for loop for a equal to 2 to 10, closing statement of for loop. Next, and within for loop I'll write here a split string. So this split string is storing what? Here equal to sign. Worksheets, I need to give sheet name. So I'll go to sheet and then double click on sheet name, copy it. Or we can type also. Paste it here. Dot cells within brackets. Looping variable which is a comma. I have data that I want to split in column A, that is first column. So I write here first or 1 dot value. My array equal to split function, a split string, comma, and then separator within inverted commas. Here in this example it is underscore, bracket closed, and then one more for loop. Here within this for loop, for I equal to 0 to one function I am using here, u bound, my array, and then worksheets, sheet name dot cells a comma I plus 2 dot value equal to my array within brackets I, and closing statement of this internal for loop. Let me delete extra lines. Once task is done, then selecting cell A1, cells 1 comma 1 dot select. So let's see if this code is working. I'll go to sheet again, click on design mode, then I'll click on this command button. We can see that data is separated, or it is split in 2 columns. So let me show the code. If we have separator as star, as space, at the rate sign, or whatever we can mention here, and we can use this same code to split columns basis on separator. So let me move on to next example, or I would say last example, remove formatting. So this data does not have any formatting, so I have backup of this data. So let me copy and paste here. So now we can say that from A1 to E12, data in this range has different kind of formattings. Like some cells are of yellow color, some are of green color, some cells have bold format, and some are underlined. So it's a mix and match, and different formattings are already there. Once I click on this command button, it is removing all the formatting. So let me click on design mode, double click on this command button. So I don't need to delete and type this code again. This is just 2 lines of code, very simple. Worksheets, then within brackets and within inverted commas sheet name dot range, whatever range we want to remove formatting, we will mention here dot clear formats, and this single line will work. Once task is done, I want to select cell A1, so second line is for that. Worksheets sheet name dot size, selecting first cell. So that's how we have completed code for all examples. Let me go to first sheet. I am hoping this tutorial is helpful for you. You can practice it. If there is any question related to any of the topic, you can write into comments or you can send me email. I will try to answer all the questions. Thanks again for watching. If you like any of the tutorial, any suggestion, you can mention in comments also. Please subscribe to my channel and like this tutorial and share with other people whosoever need it. Thank you.